It's September, and that means it's time for some fall favorites. Hi everybody, welcome back to Project Happy Home. If you're new here, I'm Tanya, doctor, lawyer, turned homeschooling mom of 3 kids ages almost 9, 6, and 4. I haven't done a favorites video in a while, but it's September and I'm going to pretend that the weather in North Carolina is nicer and the air is crisper and share some of the things that I've traditionally enjoyed using in the fall, as well as some of the things I've just recently started using that are going to be perfect for this fall. And it'll be an assortment of products ranging from cosmetics to things to read to things to drink. And also things to play. So go ahead, get cozy, settle down with your tea or your coffee or whatever you want to drink. And this might be a little bit of a long, chatty one. So hopefully you'll see something that you'd like to use this fall. And I will link all these products down below in the description box so that it'll be really easy for you to find. One of the first things I want to talk about is actually something I forgot to include in the thumbnail photo for this video. And that's because a lot of us forget to talk about it during the fall season when summer is over. And I'm sure some of you know what I'm about to say, but it is sunscreen. Now, sunscreen is important to use every single day of the year, every single day of your life, not only during summertime. And I'm always floored by how many of my friends don't use sunscreen except for when they go to the beach or go out all day or something like that. I credit my sunscreen usage to my mother entirely, who made me start using sunscreen when I was a young teen, and it's just sort of a routine of mine that every single day that I wake up, I put on sunscreen. I like to keep a sunscreen in the car also for reapplication in the mid-afternoon. I should be reapplying even more often than that, but real life is real life, and I pretty much put sunscreen on in the morning. And then if I'm in the car for a long drive later, or if I go outside with the kids later, I'll reapply again onto my face and hands then. A sunscreen that I have been loving recently this entire summer is Josie Maran's Argan Daily Moisturizer SPF 47. It comes in this opaque amber glass bottle. It says it has natural broad spectrum SPF 47 and Sun Boost ATB. I believe the Sun Boost ATB is just like their, marketing name for whatever ingredients they use for their sunscreen, but it is entirely a physical sunscreen. It has 6.4% zinc oxide and 5.1% titanium dioxide, so good percentages of both physical sunscreens. There are no chemical sunscreens in this whatsoever, so if you're concerned about polluting the oceans, for example with octinoxate, you don't have to worry about that. And I think octocrylene as well can be problematic for ocean and coral reef pollution. This is totally physical and it leaves no white cast. For those of us who have darker complexions, you know what I'm talking about. Physical sunscreens often leave this kind of ashy finish. This leaves none. I will say, however, that this is a very argan oil based moisturizing sunscreen. So it takes a while to dry down. I don't ever wear foundation. I mean, I never wear foundation or powder or anything. So I don't mind so much, but I don't know how this would serve under makeup because it takes at least 30 minutes to dry down to a matte finish. So unless you put it on really, really early in your morning get ready routine, I don't know how soon you would be able to put on makeup over it. Either way, I really, really like the finish. I'm just going to show you on the back of my hand. The pump is not the best, by the way. This pump doesn't release as much product as I'd like, but it comes out white and fairly liquidy. It's not super thick, so you can see it dripping, but it rubs in really nicely and leaves no white cast. See, it has a nice finish. It does seem a little more shiny in real life than it is on the camera for some reason, but that takes a while to dry down. So that moisturizing factor of it is really strong. If you have dry skin, I think this is a great choice for you. If you have oily skin, I might not use it. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about is something I'm super excited about. It is this tea made by Teami. Teami sent me a tea to try out in exchange for my honest review, and I gotta tell you, I love it and will definitely be repurchasing it in the future. I ordered their Relax blend, and if you can see here, it actually comes as free leaves. It has roots in it and everything is very natural inside it. The Relax blend contains peppermint, yarrow, lavender flower, chamomile, lemongrass, orange. The Valerian root has been known for a long time to be a great sleep aid. It acts as a calming influence on your mind and your body before you go to sleep. So I was really excited to try this. I've been having a little trouble going to sleep, especially in this back to school season where your mind is like rolling around with thoughts of curriculum and new schedules and everything else. So I have really enjoyed using this. So I use the Teami every single night now before I go to sleep, and I use it with a little tea ball, if you can see. And this one is one I actually adore. It's made by OXO, and see how it's a ball like this, but if I twist the handle, it becomes a little half scoop. So I use it to scoop up about a teaspoon or so of the Teami. See how beautiful the tea actually is? It combines all these different ingredients, and it's in this very natural form. So you've got the roots, you've got the tea leaves, you've got everything you need. And with this OXO device, you just twist it and it encapsulates all the tea inside, and then you can drop it into your boiling water. If you don't want to use a tea ball though, Teami also sells this really nice little canister container, and it contains its own little strainer inside. So the way to prepare it in this container is to pour in the tea leaves into the main container, pour in your hot boiling water on top, put in the little strainer here, and then screw the top on. And then flip up the lid, and when you drink, the strainer will catch any of the leaves or roots and you won't have any issue with that. I am genuinely loving Teami's tea. I will definitely be checking out their website and trying out their other blends as well. They have other blends besides the Relax blend, and if you check out their website, you can use my code P, H, to get 15% off. But yeah, I'm so grateful to Teami to sending me this, because it is just going to become a staple in our household, I think. And just to let you know how I feel about these sponsored posts, you guys, I get approached almost every single day by companies who want me to feature a product on my channel, and I very, very rarely accept their offers, mostly because some of the products have nothing to do with my life or my lifestyle or my wants or desires or needs, but sometimes because I will say yes, but I always make it clear that if the product does not perform well or if I don't enjoy it, I will not be sharing it and promoting it on my channel. So rest assured that anything I promote, whether sponsored or not, is something I actually believe in. The next thing I wanted to show you is this lovely little planner by Katie Daisy. She is an artist and illustrator, and she wrote that beautiful book, How to Be Like a Wildflower, I believe, that I shared on a previous favorites video. And this says beauty, magic, and wonder on the front. It runs from August 2018 all the way to December 2019, and I am using it for a gratitude journal. So just to show you what some of the pictures look like. See, isn't it so lovely? I just can't get over how beautiful the pages are and how lovely the spreads are. So every month changes subtly in shading of the page and just the illustrations. At the end of the month, often she'll have a little reflection page like this. But it is just beautiful, and I love using it just for my gratitudes. It provides just enough space for me to put in my gratitudes, and it's such a treat to open the book that it reminds me to use a gratitude journal. I have attempted to use a gratitude journal for years and years and never really managed to stay consistent. But there's something about how lovely this book is that reminds me to open it up. I kind of want to see what the next spread is, and I just enjoy using it. I think books like planners and journals, they need to be something you enjoy touching and holding and feeling and looking at so that you use them consistently. There needs to be that extra little draw, that pull. The reason I use my Hobonichi so consistently is because I love the Tomoe River paper. I love flipping that paper. I love feeling it. I love writing on it. There's something very tactile and sensorial about the experience that draws me back into it and keeps the action of planning and journaling consistent for me. So if you're looking for a pretty little gratitude journal, this might be it for you. Another book that I'm enjoying this fall is A Year with Rumi. I posted a picture of a Rumi poem that I liked recently in my Instagram feed. If you're not following me on Instagram, you should. It's at Project Happy Home. And I love Rumi. I always have. His poems are very transcendent. He's a Sufi poet, And if you are a secular person and you're looking for something like a devotional or something to give you that little boost of the divine, that little like spiritual inspiration in the morning, then this might be a good choice for you. The poems are relatively short and just gorgeous. Here's the poem from August 10th, Out of Stillness. I was happy enough to stay still inside the pearl, inside the shell, but the hurricane of experience lashed me out of hiding and made me a wave moving into shore, saying loudly the ocean's secret as I went, and then, spent there, I slept like fog against the cliff, another stillness. So they're just beautiful, and some of them are sad, some of them are beautiful, about love and sorrow and all the feelings. So if you want just a little bit of poetry in your day, A Year with Rumi is a nice way to start. Another book that will definitely accompany my fall days is A Gracious Space, the Fall Edition by Julie Bogart. You probably are tired of hearing about my deep love of all things Julie Bogart, but if you have not seen these books, you should definitely check them out. Periodically, Amazon has them on sale for almost half price, but I think their standard price is around $10. And I will link it. Another book that will definitely be accompanying me all throughout this fall is by Julie Bogart, and it's A Gracious Space, the Fall Edition. She has a fall edition, a winter edition, a spring edition, and I believe a summer edition as well. And I have 3 of them. I'm not sure which one I'm missing, but I have to check. I believe they retail for around $9 or $10, but Amazon often runs promos on these where they are almost half price, so keep an eye out for that. They are almost like little devotionals for the homeschooling mom. So here you can see it's just a one-day read, and each section has a little essay, a quote of the day, and then a sustaining thought. Here it says, for every moment you spend planning and organizing, cutting and clipping, take another moment to hug and kiss your kids, regardless of their ages. And that is the sustaining thought. The quote of the day is, a mother's love for her child is like nothing else in the world, by Agatha Christie. They are good reminders to keep yourself grounded, to keep this process of homeschooling positive for you and your children, and to keep us from the path of perfection. She does a really good job of reminding you that this is really about relationship. This is not about any perfect planner or any perfect day. This is much more about seeing your child, like taking the opportunity to find the joy in this experience and to grow and to realize that you are a person too who is changing and growing alongside your child. So I love everything she has to say. If you're not listening to her podcast, the Brave Writer podcast, you definitely should be. But these are really nice openers to start off your day on the right foot, especially if you're a homeschooling mom. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about was this blush that I picked up randomly at Walmart. I very rarely shop at Walmart, but I wanted to go there for back to school supplies and things like that. So this is by Flower, which is Drew Barrymore's company, and the color is Peach Primrose. It's the prettiest peach shade. It doesn't have any shimmer. The blush that I normally use is NARS Orgasm, which has this goldish kind of shimmer, but this is totally matte, and I kind of like that on occasion, just to have that matte fall look. You know, you don't really need that shine that sort of goes along with summer and stuff like that. So I really like this shade. It's really, really pretty, and it's really well suited to my complexion. So if you have a complexion similar to mine, something that's olive to tan, I think you'd really, really like this. It's not so pink that it looks fake, so I'm a big fan. And it was only $8, so that was good. Another product I wanted to share for fall is probably going to become a ride or die item for me, you guys. I love it. This is by, I don't know how to pronounce this, Laneige. It's L-A-N-E-I-G-E, and it is their Special Care Lip Sleeping Mask. It is amazing. When you put it on, it has a thicker texture than Aquaphor, for example, thicker than petroleum jelly. It has this really pretty pink color. They say that it has all these like ingredients from berries and stuff like that. But it is very, very thick, if you can see. It doesn't slide or budge at all. I use it on my lips at night, and I also use it as just a cuticle moisturizer. I love this. When you go to sleep and put it on like a nice thick layer, you wake up and you still have a layer of emollient on your lips, which has never happened to me for any lip balm ever. And I really, really like it. I've had less peeling of my cuticles too since I've been using it. It comes with a cute little applicator, but I don't use that because in general I only dip into this pot after washing my face, so my hands are pretty fresh and clean. I never really reach into it with dirty fingers. I have had this since mid-April. See, I write it on the bottom. That's a nice little tip, by the way. Keep a Sharpie in your makeup drawer and just write down when you opened a product and you'll know exactly when you have to throw it out. But I am just reaching about halfway down, so I would say that this will probably last me about 5 to 6 months. And for the price, I think that's totally worth it for a product that actually works. Another lip balm that I really do recommend for the daytime is by Fresh, and it's their Sugar Lip Balm. This is the travel size that came in the Sephora sample kit, but I buy this full size when it runs out. The sample kit will last you a while though, so if you're buying on Sephora and you have the chance to get this as a sample, go ahead and get it as a sample. This is the Rose shade. It comes in a bunch of different shades, but I find Rose to be really pretty. It's on my lips right now, and it's just a really nice SPF 15 lip balm just to throw in your purse and have on hand at all times. It does melt a little if you leave it in a hot car or something, so just be wary of that. But if you're keeping it in your purse and it's going from air-conditioned spot to air-conditioned spot, it is perfect. So by Fresh, their Sugar Balm. The other thing I have on my lips right now, and the only two things I have on my lips, are this pencil and the Sugar Balm. This is the MAC lip pencil. It's called Half Red. It is the only MAC lip pencil I have ever owned. I should probably branch out, but like I said, I don't use that much makeup in all honesty. And the MAC counter kind of intimidates me a little bit. Alex, if you're watching this video, you're gonna have to give me all the tips on what kind of colors at MAC would fit me, because sometimes people have been mean to me at makeup counters. Like, I think they recognize like that I have this deer in headlights look, like I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to cosmetics. And I don't know, I think they kind of talk down to you a little bit if you don't know what you're talking about with eye products and lip products and things like that. But I bought this for my wedding, and I have repurchased it every year ever since. The color is Half Red. I think it's a really beautiful color. It's like this plummy red that's not too red, it's not too pink. It's sort of like the perfect half red. So if you're looking for like a color that goes with a lot of other lipstick colors, this is a nice one to pick. This will be the most expensive product that I share in this video. I am a Bond No. 9 loyalist. I love their perfumes. I think that they are quite expensive, but worth the money because they retain their scent for years and years and years. And the bottle is gigantic. I also like that it comes in the star shape, which is so easy to hold and hard to drop because I can be a little clumsy with stuff like that. This is the patchouli scent. I love it for fall. I know it's a little cheeseball to like patchouli, but I like it. It smells so like exotic and foreign, and I'm a little bit exotic and foreign, and I just really love it. So the Patchouli New York scent is really pretty, and I'm actually going to spray it now. Not that you can smell it through the thing, but I can, and it smells so good. It smells so nice. And they all dry down to this beautiful finish. Like, there are some perfumes that they smell nice when you first spritz them out of the bottle, but then the smell either evaporates completely or dries down to bottom notes that aren't that great. All the Bond No. 9 perfumes that I know really have like a complex kind of life to them, so that as the perfume dries down over the next few hours, it changes in character, but it remains pleasant all the way throughout. So I really like that. They also have a refill program where periodically throughout the year, if you buy a Bond No. 9 perfume and register at the counter, they will send you a postcard and say if you bring in an empty bottle, they'll refill it for free with the purchase of another Bond No. 9 perfume. So it's a nice little way of like cutting down costs. And last but not least, we are big game schoolers around here. This is a game that we have been loving recently. It is by Gamewright. Gamewright makes so many great games. This is Forbidden Island. I would say it's probably for the older elementary kids and up. I think probably a precocious 6 or 7-year-old could start playing this as well. Right now, it's mainly for my 8-year-old and up, but it is a really fun game. It has all these different cards, and you lay them out in the shape of a forbidden island, and you work through teamwork. It's a teamwork game to leave the island before the island sinks. So all of these cards are going to sink, and you actually have to get off the island after collecting these particular artifacts. And it's super fun because every single player has a different set of skills, and so you really have to work out like what would be the best way of utilizing any one player's specific skills so that we can all survive. which is kind of like homeschooling in general. What is the best way of addressing each of our individual skills so that we end up with a cheerful day at the end of it all? So I really like it. It says it's ages 10 and up, but I think an 8-year-old is totally well suited to playing this game. So those were my fall favorites, you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and don't forget to check out Teami and all their different awesome tea blends, and to use the code PHH if you want a discount. Thanks so much for your time, you guys. I wish you the very best day.